the unwitnessed crossing of the Hermetic physician and the sealed covenant of the emerald working, a canticle of the as above, the practical below, and the art that moves between the planets and the pulse. Who read the fever in the planet's face and matched it to the herb that bore its seal? Who pressed the doctrine of the living trace between the macrocosm and the real minutiae of the suffering body? Found the correspondence, not as metaphor, but as the actual operative ground of healing, where the cosmos and the sore and aching particular converge. And what the Saturn plant can do for grief is what the Saturn sphere inflicts. The dirge of melancholy, answered by the leaf that carries Saturn's signature, the shape that the doctrine of signatures reveals. The yellowed leaf, the leaden, slow, the drape of the plant that knows what Saturn heals. Paracelsus, we have met before. But here in the physician's art, the womb between the theory and the bedroom floor, where the patient labors, and the found herb must be the right herb. Not the school's authority, but nature's open text. The doctor who abandons all his tools for the pharmacy of the manifest, who reads the plant's own form for clue, the liverwort for the liver's dark distress, the lungwort for the lung, the piercing through the obvious that learning in excess had covered with its commentaries, thick as the Gallenist's compendium sealed against a simple and the walking, quick inquiry of the man who wants to heal. O doctrine of the signatures, and simple correspondent in the shape of the plant, in the innate design of the created, for the near and suffering creature who need only read the book of nature. Every field a pharmacy. If the eye can, how lead the knowledge through the signature? 2. Yield the remedy that matches what is wrong in the body that has moved outside its course. The bitter herb for the excessive, strong emotion, and the warming herb for force depleted. For the loose and wandering energy. The correspondence that holds the healer and the plant. A truce with what the body needs. And now the emerald working, deeper still, where the physician's art becomes the mage's web. The healing of the body serves the will that heals the cosmos, turning through its stages. For the great work is also healing, vast, the prima materia, the sick base lead of the unpurified soul, and the last stage, rubedo, is the soul that freed itself through the same stages. that the body passes in disease and cure. The black of the acute dismantled to the visionary. O Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great. O Hermes Trismegiston, who held the physician and the priest and the philosopher in one, son of the triple office, east to east and back, the round of knowledge, undivorced from practice and piety, that modernity has sourced apart and lost. The fourth that sets them free. What is the fourth? The art that holds the three, the healing and the sacred lies together in the single, free and mortal practice of the opened eyes that see the planet in the patient's face, the herb that answers in the roadside field, the emerald's principle in every place, that the prepared receiver is revealed. Thus read the physician the planet's seal, thus heated the Athanor past the black, and all the correspondence vast and removed as above. Below, Hermetic physician cuts the correspondence, slash, emerald working on the body frequency and signatures, planetary herbs, the body as the cosmos needing the right cut minye, the doctrine of signatures, the plant that looks like the organ, treats the organ, the liver-shaped leaf for the liver, the lung-shaped leaf for the lung, the walnut for the brain, the eye bright for the eye. Burroughs says, the doctrine of signatures is the cut-up applied to botany. You look at the plant, and the plant shows you what it's for in the form it took. While growing the universe, wrote the prescription on the outside. Medicine, the physician who reads the signature correctly doesn't need the pharmacopoeia. The pharmacopoeia is for people who stopped reading the plants directly. Geisen says, every plant in the field is a text addressed to the body. That needs it, the signature is the address printed on the envelope. The doctrine of signatures is the postal system that the cosmos established before the pharmaceutical industry decided to run its own delivery service at significantly higher cost and lower readability. The lungwort, pulmonaria, spotted leaves, the spots like the alveoli. Burroughs says, the plant that spotted its leaves to look like lung tissue either evolved to advertise its application in a way that only the prepared reader can interpret, or was designed to advertise its application, which is in operational terms the same thing. Left column physician. reading the planet in the face. Bearing the Saturn seal in the field correspondence, moving between the cosmos and the pulse great work, healing the soul through the body's stages, RIHT column face, reading the planet in the physician field, bearing the Saturn seal in the pulse, moving between the cosmos, correspondence stages, healing the body through the soul's great work. Fold here. The fold is the correspondence. The fold is the place where the macrocosm and the suffering body are the same thing seen from different scales. The fold asks, which direction does the healing travel? From the planet to the herb to the body? Or from the body to the herb to the planet? The emerald says, both simultaneously. Which is why it only takes 13 lines to contain interlude. The Hermetic physician reads, the patient your face holds Saturn, the heaviness. Slow, the melancholic pallor. I am looking at you and reading the planet that is pressing on you. In the field outside this window there is a plant that bears the same planetary signature. It grows where Saturn falls. It flowers slowly. Its leaves are leaden gray. I will bring you the plant that speaks the same language as what is wrong with you. Not to oppose it, to complete the correspondence. The planet speaks to the plant. The plant speaks to the body. The body releases what it was holding for the planet. This is not magic. This is the correspondence that the emerald described. As above, so in your face, so in the field, so below. Paracelsus again, but now as physician, not as alchemist. Though the distinction is the distinction he refused to make. Burroughs says, Paracelsus refused the separation of the physician from the alchemist, from the astrologer, from the natural philosopher. For the same reason I refused the separation of the novelist from the cut-up artist, from the junkie. The separation serves the institution, not the work the institution needs. The categories to be separate. So it can control each one independently, the work needs them together. Because the patient is all of them simultaneously. He walked the roads, learning from miners, from gypsies, from the women who knew plants, before they were called witches for knowing plants. Says, the physician who learns from the woman who knows plants before the institution classified her knowledge as dangerous, is doing the correct fieldwork. The knowledge that got labeled dangerous is usually the knowledge that was working too well outside the institution's billing structure. Planetary herbs, satin comfrey, horsetail, Solomon's seal, slow-growing, structural for the bones, Jupiter dandelion, borage, lemon balm, expansive, generous for the liver, the joy, Mars nettle, garlic, hawthorn fierce, cutting for the blood, force, sun, saint. To be immune not to want to dress juncture. You begin to not to prison, Nari. You stow with their ending. It would begin the tristration. John's wort. Warm, brightening. For the heart, the spirit. Venus rose, lady's mantle, yarrow. Fluid, soft, for the skin. The love, mercury, lavender. Fennel, dill, communicating. Nervous for the breath, the mind. Moon cleavers, chickweed. White willow, reflective. For the lymph, the tide. Geisen says, the planetary herb system is the oldest pharmaceutical database. Every plant, cross-referenced with its cosmic correspondent, and its bodily application in a three-way index sky plant. Body, that the emerald established in 13 lines, and the tradition expanded into every pharmacy that ever existed, before the pharmacy forgot where its index came from. Burroughs says, the planetary herb table is the cut-up that the cosmos performed on itself. Take the planets, cut them against the plants. Cut them against the body parts, read what the cuts produce, which is the entire system of correspondence that the Hermetic tradition has been running for 2,000 years, successfully enough to still be running. Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great, physician, philosopher, priest, three offices, or one person, or three traditions merged into one figure. Being the point. Geisen says, Hermes Trismegistus is the name the tradition gave to the discovery that the physician, the philosopher, and the priest are doing the same thing from three angles. The physician heals the body. By restoring correspondence, the philosopher heals the mind. By restoring correspondence, the priest heals the soul. By restoring correspondence, the triple office is the triple application of the single principle, agesis. So below restore the correspondence and the suffering resolves. Burroughs says, the figure that holds all three offices simultaneously is the figure that the institution separated into the medical school and the philosophy department and the seminary, each of which now knows 1/3 of what Hermes knew, and none of which can heal with the efficiency of the triple office. Because the patient is not 1/3 person requiring 3 separate appointments. The emerald as medical text, as above so below, is applied to the body. What the planets to the body does at a smaller scale. The correspondence is not symbolic. It is operational. Burroughs says the Emerald Tablet is the shortest complete medical text ever written, 13 lines that contain the entire theory of the correspondence between the cosmic and the particular, that every healing system is a footnote to whether the healing system knows it or not. Guys insist. I read The Emerald in a translation in Tangier in 1962 and recognized it as a description of what the cut-up does. It separates the thing above from the thing below, cuts them against each other, and reveals the correspondence that the consensus reading was covering the cut-up. Is the Emerald's practical method. Take what is above, cut it against what is below, read correspondence that emerges. This is either alchemy or literature or medicine, Hermes would say. Prinos Hermetic, same thing. The Hermetic physician was just the person who refused to treat the body as if it were not also the cosmos, and treated the cosmos as if it were not also available in the field outside window in the plant that bears the signature of what is wrong with the patient lying in the room, which is the most direct medical education available, and the one that requires the fewest years of debt, the emerald working, was just the discovery that healing the body and healing the soul and the cosmos are the same operation performed at different scales simultaneously. And the herb in the field that bears the planet's seal is the evidence that the cosmos agreed to this arrangement by writing the prescription on the outside of the medicine in a script the prepared eye can read directly in the field without an appointment. Signatures still legible. In the field outside the window, Saturn still pressing its seal on the slow plant. Correspondence still moving between the planet and the pulse. Paracelsus still walking, learning from the women who knew before the label. The emerald still 13 lines, containing everything. The triple office still waiting for the practitioner who holds all three simultaneously. As above, the plant bears the seal, so below, the body reads it. The correspondence still moving, still healing. As above. To distill.